So we are making black bean burritos. And Titus is going to cut up 6 onions because we're making a lot for the freezer and everything. And so I am working on cooking these tortillas. I got them from Salvage Foods for 50 cents. Has 5 ingredients, so I wanted to give it a try. We have to cook peppers and onions.
Oh, Annie wants to come in. Men and women are definitely opposites. I like to have the cats inside and the dogs outside. And Stephanie likes to have the dogs inside and the cats outside. So we're learning how to work that out.
The cats can jump on the counter. I don't like that. The dogs won't do that.
I like the cats to catch the mice that are on the counter. At first, I didn't like Annie at all, and I didn't allow her to get up on the couch, and that was the rule. But then somehow she grew on me, and I decided to allow her on the couch.
Because there's a piece of leather.
Yeah.
You don't allow her on the couch.
Yeah. I was out plowing today across from Sunny Valley from Elmhurst, and I came back to see that my dear wife was in the middle of a big cooking project.
I was trying to get it done before you got back, but that didn't happen. I'm thankful that you volunteered to cut the onion.
I like chopping things. Well, these onions are almost making me cry.
Oh, you're not standing up?
Oh, that's true. I'm a little closer to them. Normally, I'm up here, and I'm a little farther away from them. Okay, now it makes sense. I was wondering, like, okay, when I was little, they made me cry a lot, and now when I chop them, they don't really make me cry anymore. And I normally don't ever sit down and chop onions, but this time I sat down to try to get in the camera frame. And now, okay, interesting. So, it is harder for little people to cut onions because they're so much closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
Did we put a little bit of water in here?
These peppers were frozen.
Okay.
And it's got enough water.
Okay. We're not frying these. That's not oil in there. The peppers were frozen, and so that's why it sounds like they're frying, but they're not.
And the stove turned up, right?
Yeah.
Peppers smell really.
Yes, they do. The field I was plowing today A couple years ago, Melvin told me, don't plow too close to the road. I don't want the road department to get after me. So, without intending to, I ended up plowing really close to the road. And in the last maybe 10 feet of the furrow, that's the ditch that the plow makes, I found an arrowhead about that long, almost like a little spear point. So when I plow that field, it makes me wish that I could go back in time and see what it looked like when that native person dropped that spear point there. Earlier, Oreo, the cat, was in here, and I was like, oh yeah, let's have Oreo in here. And Stephanie said, well, let's have him in for Bible study, but when we have food, let's put the cat out. So I said, okay, we can agree on that. I guess I'm more like my dad than I realized, because growing up, cats were always allowed in the house and dogs were never allowed in the house. One time, I knew that Dad didn't want Spartacus in the house, and so I brought him in the house anyway. And Dad said, well, if you bring him in again, I'll spank you. And I said,
wait, how old were you?
Or no, excuse me, I misspoke there. Dad said, if you bring him in again, I'll spank him. And I said, no, Dad. I said, he's innocent. I'm the one that's guilty for bringing him in. And Dad said, okay, well, I'll spank you. And I don't remember how old I was at that time, but I was older, too old to spank. And so I said, okay. So I didn't try to bring him in anymore. Tell us what you're doing.
I'm just cooking the peppers and onions until the onions are soft, so that we can throw everything together, because I already have the sweet potatoes cooked, the rice cooked, the beans cooked and rinsed, and the sunny sauce is in the creek if you want to get it.
Oh, okay. Is this what you call sauteing?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want to explain why we don't fry things here?
So we don't have anything against oil, but we have something against grease. And so when you cook oil, it becomes grease, and that's when it becomes carcinogenic. Mm-hmm. So it's best if you don't heat oil and just eat it fresh. So we put like olive oil on the salad, and Titus will put like chunks of coconut oil in his oatmeal or whatever. But we avoid cooking with oil as much as we can.
So, when I was in medical missionary school, there was people that believed that you should never eat any oil at all, and that you should only just eat lots of nuts and get your oil that way. And then there was another faction in the medical missionary school that believed that oil was healthy. So it probably is better to get your fat and your oil just directly from the nuts.
Or avocado or something.
Mm-hmm. But if you are going to use oil, it's really important not to heat it up. Fried foods are shown to be very unhealthy and can be cancer causing. So
if you are going to cook with oil, though, coconut oil is one that has like a higher smoke point, so it's less likely to turn carcinogenic as fast as other oils.
Yes. So we wouldn't recommend cooking or, heating the oil up or frying with coconut oil. But if a person was going to do it, it would be more healthful.
It's definitely better than
It would not
olive oil or canola oil or vegetable oil or something.
It wouldn't be as harmful to fry with the coconut oil. So, I like the taste of fried foods. I really do. But I like being healthy better.
So, did your mom cook with oil?
Never.
Okay.
No.
So when did you have fried food?
Oh, I worked for Amish people and Mennonite people, and they like to fry. And I would have neighbors that would pick morel mushrooms and they'd fry them and say, "Hey, Titus, come eat with us." And oh, those were so tasty. So, I guess, are we going to go out to the refrigerator and get the sunny sauce? So, we don't eat cheese, and so if we call it cheese sauce, vegan cheese sauce, it's like kind of an oxymoron in my thinking. So, we always call it sunny sauce.
You did when you were growing up.
Yeah. Mom would say, "Oh, I made some cheese sauce," and Dad would say, "No, we don't eat cheese. Cheese is unhealthy." So we called it sunny sauce. But it's maybe a more proper term would be it's a plant-based cheese substitute.
So I didn't start making or eating sunny sauce until like 8 years ago. And I had been off of cheese for years before that, so I can't say that it's the same thing or anything like that, but it's a good replacement to me. I made some when I was visiting in Kansas, and my sister put it in my brother-in-law's lunch, and she didn't tell him what it was, and she put like salsa with it, and she was like, guess what's in it? And he couldn't guess at all. He thought it was real cheese sauce.
Oh, wow.
And then when she told him what was in it, then he had everybody at his work try it. And they were like, "Wow, like, can't even tell." But she did add like salsa or whatever.
Okay.
So.
It's utterly amazing to me how people will go to the cow's udder and get the milk and ferment it so it's really rotten, and then age it for such a long time, and then how people can eat it. Like, to me, it always smelled really rotten, and we would really encourage you guys, cut out all cheese out of your diet. Just cut it out.
Yeah, it's like 10 times as hard on you as milk.
Yeah. And if you're
concentrated,
if you're gonna eat meat, eat the clean meats that in Leviticus 11 it specifies which ones are clean and unclean, and
make sure they don't have the blood.
Yes, make sure that it's
kosher.
Yes, and if you just make those changes, you will definitely experience some positive changes in your health.
Also, not just kosher, but like free range and grass fed and all that kind of stuff.
If you are going to eat meat, yeah. Do we want to leave this for a minute and go to the refrigerator and get the sunny sauce?
Maybe when I take these two off.
Okay. So they don't burn?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm holding this camera as steady as you do.
I'm sure you're doing an excellent job.
Not as good. Not as good as you.
It's probably good enough. Feels nice out here after being in that hot kitchen.
We ought to just leave the back door open.
Yeah. There's one jar, yeah, that one, and then another one too.
Okay.
That one has less in it. That's why I was saying that one.
Things don't keep as long in the creek as they do in a refrigerator. But like in the hot summer, the creek does warm up some. And in the hot summer, if you cook soup and one day and then try to serve it the next day, it would be a little spoiled if you didn't have it in the creek. So we can cook soup in the summertime, keep it overnight in the creek, and it'll be good the next day. But this time of year, you could cook beans or soup or something, and you could eat leftover soup for like 4 days in a row. Keep it in the creek and you'd be fine. But I remember growing up and Mom and Dad were gone and I was cooking, being a bachelor, and I made some soup and I kept it in the fridge, and I think I ate leftover soup, like the same thing, for like 8 days or something. And it didn't spoil, but probably in a refrigerator. I don't know, how long would you say soup would stay in a refrigerator before, like if you had bean soup or something, how long do you think it would be before?
I think beans is like a max of 7 days is what they say.
Okay.
And I think meat is like 3 days.
Yeah, like if we ate meat, it would be a lot harder to live the way we do without having a refrigerator here. So how do we know when this is done?
It looks pretty done.
Okay, you're happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
So
you can still see there's a lot of water in there, which is fine. It'll just go in the with everything else. So I think this is done.
So are you going to put the beans, mix the beans and the rice all together? Okay.
I'm running out of space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a double batch of my double batch, which is like a quadruple batch. And so
you have brown rice there?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's kind of like glue.
And why are we using brown rice as opposed to other?
Because it's whole grain.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to say anything else.
So brown rice is more in the natural form. So the white rice, they polish off like kind of the outer part of it. And so a lot of people are just used to the white rice, and it can be a little bit more fluffy and maybe a little bit softer. And the interesting thing is that white rice has almost no taste at all. Like the refined rice, almost no taste at all. But the most nutritious part of the rice gets polished away, and then you're left with just the starch. So the brown rice or the whole grain rice is a lot better. What do you have there?
Sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We are thankful the Lord gave us a lot of sweet potatoes. These sweet potatoes make us think of you, Chico. Chico is like 6'6", and he volunteered with us, and he helped us harvest the sweet potatoes. Brings back good memories. Did you leave the skins on?
Yes.
Why?
I don't take them off.
Okay.
But I know that you prefer them on anyway.
You can take the skins off, and I like to keep the skins on because that's where a lot of your nutrition is at.
So basically, the sweet potatoes get completely pureed.
Okay.
Smashed.
Okay. Do you want the potato masher?
No.
Okay.
I actually did get it out, but I think it's...
Okay.
I think this is fine. 'Cause I don't really want to smash the rice.
Okay. I wish we could transmit smells over YouTube. It just smells amazing in here. Okay, so what is the next step here?
Oh. It's a little bit difficult because this pan is hot, but I want to put these peppers and onions.
Okay.
And it's not like measured or anything. The original recipe is, but I'm just trying to do like half and half kind of thing. Except for that one.
So what's that smaller third bowl for?
Jonah seems to be allergic or something to sweet potatoes. So I'm going to make him some without sweet potatoes and see if he likes it.
Didn't you make some butternut squash for him?
Yeah.
So instead of the sweet potato, you can use butternut squash for this.
Pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Which I hope that we plant those pumpkin seeds that I ordered.
Yes, we will.
I can't remember what they're called. I think it's in here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, it's called a long pie pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
And when it's green, it's supposed to be like a zucchini. And you pick them when they're green and they have like a little bit of orange on the end of them. So it's like long like a zucchini and everything.
Okay.
And then as you store it, then it turns orange and becomes more like a pumpkin.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I wanted to try it.
Yeah. So is the next step to mix the beans in with that?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, the honey sauce.
Aha. All right. Looks like some sunny sauce.
Yeah.
Plant-based cheese substitute. Do you want the spatula?
I do.
Okay.
Could I get the light blue one that's in that bowl?
Mm-hmm. Sorry for the shaky camera, everybody. There you go.
Thank you. You just use this for the rice.
Okay. Yeah, my mom made sunny sauce, and It tasted very similar to Stephanie's recipe. Yeah, before I went out to plow, I ate some sweet potatoes and I put the sunny sauce on top, and it was really delicious. Well, hello there, Smokey. He's found the back door. It was open.
So we're gonna add black beans. And then we have salt to put in here.
It's making me hungry.
Sorry, Titus.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I generally just eat 2 meals a day, a big breakfast and a big lunch. Nothing in between meals. And going to bed on an empty stomach is something that gives you a very positive health benefit. That way your stomach can rest while you rest. Okay.
I got cumin.
Cumin. The Bible mentions cumin.
Oh.
People have been eating it for a long time. I don't know the health benefits of cumin, but that's something I need to look up. You guys can look up the health benefits of cumin and tell us in the comments.
And paprika.
Okay. I wouldn't have a clue as to what paprika looks like when it's growing. Do you? They don't grow it around here. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the frogs are really singing tonight. Hearing the frogs sing puts me to sleep. Mixing it up. Days are filled with sorrow and care. Hearts are lonely and drear. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Calvary, Calvary. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Jesus is very near. Troubled soul, the Savior can see every heartache and tear. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Calvary, Calvary. Burdens are lifted at Calvary. Jesus is very near. Oh, we're almost to the finish line, huh?
Then we have to put them in burrito shells.
Okay.
And planning on freezing at least one bowl.
Okay.
And then we can eat the other bowl tomorrow. Okay, so I like to just put some filling in here. And then freeze them like this.
Okay.
Put them in a freezer bag, so that's what I'm planning to do. I was also thinking about freezing some into patties.
Oh, okay.
It looks kind of soft for that, so I'm not sure that will work. But you said that you didn't want them frozen in a burrito shell for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about like plopping them on a cookie sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to stay away from white flour, and the burrito shells have white flour in them. So you can find whole wheat burrito shells, but
just look at the ingredients. Like on these ones, I thought, oh, these aren't bad because it has 5 ingredients and it said wheat flour, but it didn't say 100% whole wheat. So you gotta make sure that it says whole wheat.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that you're going to buy out there, that the wheat is going to be GMO, Roundup Ready type wheat. So that's why I typically, like if it comes in a bag like that and it's from the store, I try to stay away from it.
I have used bread dough and made tortillas out of like kind of like a sourdough type bread, but not sour.
Is that an upcoming educational
video? I don't have a tortilla press.
Oh, okay.
So I was using like a waffle cone maker.
I see. Okay.
I don't even know where that's at, but
okay.
Yeah, if we had a tortilla press, we could do something like that, but
okay.
We'll see. All right, that's all.
Okay, well, thank you for introducing some healthy recipes.
Okay, and then also when you pull this out of the freezer, we just put it on a griddle like that and thaws out just fine, and you can make it like crunchy or whatever you want to do. Usually
works best if you pull them out in the evening and they can thaw overnight, and then next day warm them up. And it's nice if you put those on like a cookie sheet and freeze them and then put them in the bags, because if they're warm and you put them in the bags and then you put them in the freezer, they stick together really bad. So if you have room and you can, it's a good idea. You just lay them out on your cookie sheet. Once they're frozen pretty solid, then you put them in the bags, and then they won't stick together. Well,
try it out and let us know what you think.
Yes. So are you putting a recipe in the description to this? Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and if you get a chance, come out and help us to eat healthy burritos.
Or as a burger, or whatever we decide to do.
Yes. All right. Well, see you all next time.